Thank you, Riaz. At 8:15, we do connect live with Omni TV political analyst Kim Emerson to discuss the showdown that continues between the provincial government and the teachers. Good morning, Kim.
Good morning.
All right, teachers will find out next Wednesday whether the government is permitted to dock their pay by 10% as a result of ongoing strike action, a move that would amount to more than $1 million in savings per school day for the government. What kind of impact do you think this decision will have on this dispute?
Well, it's going to advance it either negatively or positively after Wednesday. There's no choice there. Either the government's going to be happy with the decision that comes down, or the teachers union's going to be happy, and it's going to help their cause as they move forward. But it's not just $1 million a day. $14.5 million a day for every week that the teachers are out on their strike action. That's what the government's saving there, $14.5 plus another $1 million by docking their pay 10%. And let's be clear here, they've already started to dock teachers' pay. Teachers that got paychecks yesterday saw that they had their reductions on their pay stubs. And there's another $4 million that's saved by auxiliary workers not going into classes when teachers go on a strike, with them respecting the strike picket lines. So you're talking in the area of $20 million a week that the government is saving by having the teachers go out and strike. That money could be plowed back into this situation, but the whole thing is very difficult. And one of the things that we found out through the course of this negotiation is that the government feels this is a labor negotiation like any other, and that's why they have the right to invoke lockout. That's why they have the right to try to claw back money from the teachers. But you know what? This isn't like any other labor negotiation. This isn't the CFL against its players. This isn't a mining company against the employer. This is a situation involving children. This is entirely different. You have to look at it entirely different. But neither side is. Both sides are hammering away at their opponent. Kids are getting caught in the middle, and that is the tragedy of the whole thing.
That is a great point. Very astute point there, Kim. And now the Premier is saying that she's hopeful a settlement can be reached soon after the decision from the LRB. Do you think this will sort itself out anytime soon?
No.
No.
The history shows that that is not going to happen. There's only been one labor settlement, 2006, is since 1994, between teachers and a government, no matter which government it's been. The Premier kind of foreshadowing what she anticipates to happen, that it's not going to be settled by the end of June. When we talked to her yesterday, she's saying that the union executive likes to take the summer off and not bargain, but she'd like to see them get back to the bargaining table in the summer. So I don't think she's anticipating, and she's got a very optimistic outlook on most things, I don't think she's anticipating that there's going to be a settlement before the end of June, and she's wanting the executive to get in there and negotiate through the summer to find a settlement. And everybody says, well, it's not about money. Well, you know what? If it's not about money, why don't you do this? Take money off the table, bargain the rest of it, let an arbitrator or somebody else settle out what the money issue is, and you guys can get on with settling all the other issues. But they won't do that because both sides have dug in their heels so hard. They want to get into a slugfest in the middle of the ring. The problem is, it's kids that keep getting whacked. And, you know, it's tragic. I've said it before, but it is tragic what goes on here.
Very frustrating for parents, certainly. And you said arbitration. Is there a reason why these two sides can't be pushed, with this being an essential service, pushed to using binding arbitration? Come to the table with something you can live with on either side and have an independent arbitrator say it's this or this.
Well, you know, that would be a delightful thing to have happen, but neither side wants to have that happen because both sides know that there's a really good chance they could be exposed for asking for too much. The teachers asking for too much in the way of wages and class size and composition, and the government asking for too much in taking away all of that and offering too little in the way of pay scale. One of the big issues the government's got going forward is right around the corner is negotiations with the BC Nurses Union. And if the teachers were to get what they want, which is 13.75% increase over 4 years, which is almost 4 times as much as anybody else got, if they get that, the nurses are going to be asking for that and more. You end up in this whipsaw situation where every following public sector union wants at least as much, if not more, than what the last one got.
Frustrating they can't find middle ground, certainly for parents and for kids. Now, it feels like BCTF President Jim Eicher has been getting a lot of airtime media-wise. Do you think that's helping the BCTF or hurting them?
Well, you know what? It's not a bad thing because from what we can see, the teachers so far, at least, are winning the war of publicity with the general public. But it's not that Peter Fassbender, the education minister, hasn't been available. It's just the media is tired of talking to him because he tells you the same thing over and over. He's like a jack in the box. You crank him up, he pops up, he tells you the same thing every single time. So the media is going, no, we're not interviewing him again. So that's why Jim Eicher keeps getting on.
Well, there you have it. Kim Emerson, always delightful to get your insights, such frank talk. We appreciate it. Thanks so much.